You broke at least 3 laws today before lunch. You sang happy birthday. You clicked agree without reading, or you pumped your own gas. All of it, technically illegal, somewhere in the United States right now. Here are 20 laws you have already broken and never once thought about. Number 1. Sharing your Netflix password in Tennessee. In 2011, Tennessee passed a law making it illegal to share streaming service passwords without authorization from the provider. The law was aimed at large-scale password theft operations, but it was written broadly enough that sharing your login with your college roommate or your parents technically qualifies. Netflix eventually started enforcing its own version of this through account restrictions. Tennessee got there 11 years earlier. Your parents have been criminals since 2011, and they had no idea. Number 2. Skipping the terms of service. Every app, every website, every streaming platform you opened today had a terms of service agreement waiting for you at the bottom of a scroll you did not scroll. You clicked agree anyway, and under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, using a website in ways that violate its terms of service can technically be classified as a federal offense. Nobody has ever read a terms of service agreement. The companies know this, you know this, and the federal government apparently decided to make it a crime anyway. You are a repeat offender, and you will do it again tomorrow morning before you finish your coffee. Number 3. Driving in reverse in Glendale, Arizona. Glendale has an ordinance making it illegal to drive a car in reverse on any public road. This means that every single person who has ever parallel parked, pulled out of a driveway, or backed out of a spot in a Glendale parking lot has broken the law. The entire mall parking lot is a crime scene on any given Saturday. Hundreds of violations happening simultaneously, bumper to bumper, completely unaware. Nobody has ever been ticketed for this, but nobody has repealed it either. Number 4. Pumping your own gas in New Jersey or Oregon. If you have ever driven through New Jersey or Oregon and pulled up to a gas station and reached for the pump yourself, you committed an actual violation. Both states have laws requiring a licensed attendant to pump your gas, and self-service is illegal at most stations. People fight about this law every few years, and both states mostly keep it anyway. The attendant will come to you. You will wait. You are not allowed to help. This is the law, and it's still being enforced while you watch this. Number 5. Singing happy birthday. For most of the 20th century, happy birthday to you was under active copyright. Restaurants that sang it for customers were required to pay licensing fees, and technically, every time you sang it at a backyard party, a school cafeteria, or a lunch table at work, you were infringing on intellectual property. Warner Music Group owned the rights and collected millions of dollars annually from businesses before a court finally ruled in 2016 that the copyright was invalid. You were a criminal for decades, and the song is 3 lines long. You sang it anyway, every single time, without paying a cent. Number 6. Flirting in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas has a city ordinance on the books that carries a $25 fine for flirting. The law does not define what counts, which makes it both unenforceable and technically applicable to an enormous percentage of human interaction that happens there every single day. Nobody has been cited for this in living memory. The fine is still $25. You are welcome to factor that into your next visit. Number 7. Using Wi-Fi without buying anything. You have connected to a coffee shop's free Wi-Fi from your car, or piggybacked a signal from outside a building without walking in, and under the same Computer Fraud and Abuse Act that covers your terms of service crimes, that counts as unauthorized access to a computer network. A man in Michigan was fined and sentenced to 40 hours of community service for using a cafe's Wi-Fi from his car during his lunch breaks. He was not hacking anything. He was just sitting in a parking lot. The law did not care about the distinction. 40 hours of community service for a free Wi-Fi signal. Whether it was worth it depends entirely on what he was looking at. Number 8. Carrying an ice cream cone in your back pocket in Georgia. Georgia has a law making it illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. The origin traces back to old horse theft laws, where placing a cone in your pocket was apparently a method some people used to lure horses away from their owners, because horses would follow the smell. This is a real origin story and also a deeply optimistic assessment of how much horses care about ice cream. The law addressed a problem that has not existed for over a century. Nobody in Georgia has seen a horse chase a back pocket full of ice cream since the 1800s, but they are not taking any chances. Number 9. Having an ice cream cone in your pocket on a Sunday in Kentucky. Kentucky independently decided that carrying an ice cream cone in your pocket specifically on Sundays was illegal, not Monday through Saturday, just Sunday. The reasoning has been lost to history, which in some ways makes it more impressive. Two completely separate states looked at the ice cream cone situation and decided legislation was the answer. Georgia banned the cone entirely. Kentucky looked at that and thought, actually, Monday through Saturday should be fine. Number 10. Slurping your soup in New Jersey. New Jersey has a law making it illegal to slurp your soup. There is no documented origin story, no historical incident that sparked it, no cultural context that explains it. Someone in New Jersey decided that the sound of soup consumption was a matter for the legal system, and the legal system agreed. You have probably slurped something in New Jersey. You did not know it was a crime. Now you do, and there is nothing you can do about it because soup is very hard to drink quietly. Number 11. Buying a car on Sunday. Blue laws in multiple states make it illegal to purchase a car on Sunday, a holdover from laws originally written to keep Sunday as a day of rest and religious worship. Pennsylvania's version has been on the books since 1983. Many other states have their own versions. Dealers are legally required to stay closed for sales, and any paperwork dated on a Sunday is void. This is one of the few laws on this list actively enforced every single week. You planned to buy a car on Sunday, you showed up, the lot was technically open for browsing, and nobody could sell you anything. A law written before most of the cars on the lot were invented is still running the schedule. Number 12. Wearing a fake mustache that makes someone laugh in church in Alabama. Alabama has a law making it illegal to wear a fake mustache inside a church if the mustache causes someone to laugh. The law was intended to preserve the dignity of religious services, and it's technically still on the books. The law does not address what happens if the mustache causes sadness, confusion, or general unease. Only laughter is the trigger. Someone sat down and wrote this out, and it became official. Alabama has never repealed it, and apparently sees no reason to. Number 13. Playing pinball under 18 in South Carolina. South Carolina made pinball illegal for anyone under 18, placing it in the same legal category as skipping school and breaking curfew. The rationale at the time of passage was that pinball was addictive and morally dangerous, which is a sentence that was written by an adult about a ball and flipper machine. The law is still active. If you are under 18 in South Carolina and you find a pinball machine, you are looking at a violation. Someone in South Carolina is still watching the pinball situation very closely, and they do not like what they see. Number 14. Falling asleep under a hairdryer in Florida. Florida has a law making it illegal to fall asleep under a hairdryer in a salon. The law was written to address liability and safety concerns about unattended customers, and it is framed in a way that makes the sleeping customer the offender rather than the salon leaving them there. You fell asleep. You are the problem. The hairdryer was simply doing its job and you failed your legal obligation to stay awake during it. Florida has a lot of strange laws, and this is one of them. Number 15. Napping in a cheese factory in Illinois. The Illinois Sanitary Food Preparation Act contains a provision making it illegal to sleep in any area where food is being prepared, which specifically includes cheese factories. The law exists for obvious hygiene reasons, but the specificity of the cheese factory detail suggests someone made this necessary. The law does not explain why someone was sleeping near the cheese. It only explains that it cannot happen again. Number 16. Eating candy within 90 minutes of church in Salem, West Virginia. In Salem, West Virginia, there is an ordinance making it illegal to eat candy less than 90 minutes before a church service. The law does not specify what kind of candy, what kind of church, or how the 90 minutes is calculated. It simply draws a legal line between your Snickers bar and your Sunday morning. Number 17. Driving too slowly on the highway. Most people know speeding is illegal. Fewer people know that driving significantly below the posted speed limit is also a ticketable offense in most states, classified as impeding the flow of traffic. You have been stuck behind someone doing this. You have possibly been that person. Either way, somebody was breaking the law and nobody got a ticket because the highway patrolman was choosing his battles, and you doing 47 miles per hour when the limit was 55 was not a battle he wanted to fight. Number 18. Not walking your dog. A number of American cities have animal welfare ordinances requiring dog owners to provide their pets with regular outdoor exercise, which means leaving your dog inside all day without a walk is not just frowned upon, but technically a violation. The specifics vary by city, but the principle is the same. Your dog already knew this. Your dog has known this for years and has been trying to inform you through the use of staring, whining, and standing very deliberately near the front door. The law agrees with your dog. You are outnumbered. Number 19. Running out of gas in Youngstown, Ohio. In certain congested districts in Youngstown, Ohio, running out of gas is a criminal offense. The law exists to keep traffic moving in high-density areas and was written into the city's vehicle code with escalating penalties, A first offense is a minor misdemeanor, and repeat offenses within the same year become fourth and third-degree misdemeanors. The law assumes you had a choice about running out of gas, which is a bold assumption about human planning abilities. Youngstown has decided to disagree with your fuel gauge and has the ordinance to back it up. Number 20. Driving with an uncaged bear in Missouri. Missouri has a law requiring that any bear being transported in a motor vehicle must be kept in a cage. The law does not ban transporting bears. It simply insists that the bear be contained during the journey, which implies that at some point enough people were driving around Missouri with uncaged bears that the state legislature felt the need to weigh in. This is the most reasonable law on the entire list, and also the most alarming thing about it is that it needed to exist. If you are currently driving through Missouri with an uncaged bear, you are breaking the law and you also have a different set of problems to work through first. 20 laws, most of them still active, several of them enforced, and at least a few of them broken by you personally before you even got to work this morning. The legal system is enormous and ancient, and nobody has had time to clean all of it up, which means somewhere on the books right now is a law with your name on it. You are not a criminal. You are just a person who clicked agree, pumped your own gas, and sang 3 lines of a song at a birthday party. New Jersey would like a word about the gas. Tennessee would like a word about your Netflix password. And Warner Music Group spent decades very annoyed about the birthday song.